Throwing the road, just a shadows shed. Brick by brick, we built from pain. Under the streets lights, we carve our name.
Showbiz A to Z. My name is Kwame Dadzie. I told you early on that we're going to have a conversation on events, event safety, event security, event data, impact on creative economy, and we're doing this on the back of Shattafest's birthday concert, which was held 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks exactly by this time. Robert Clark and the other partners were so busy getting ready to kill the game at the Black Star Square. So after Shattafest's birthday concert that pulled thousands of people to the Black Star Square, a lot has been said, but there are some critical areas untouched, and that is what we're going to do today on Showbiz A to Z. We get deep into these areas. We are going to examine the commercial value of the event, the science and data behind the various human activities, security concerns. We talk about all the other things regarding partnership, Momo from MTN Charterhouse as well as SM. We look at all that and the events, the value it brings to Shattafest's brand, and more right here on Joy 99.7 FM. But let me tell you that we're still waiting for you at Good Park, adjacent the Accra Mall, where the EcoBank Joy Business SME Fair is ongoing now. We have various product, television sets, clothes, among others, being sold there at discounted prices. So just go there right now and have yours as the team waits for you. So this is what we're doing today here on Joy 99.7 FM, that superstation. Let me say a warm welcome to Robert Clark, who is head of public events and communications at Charterhouse. He's here with us this afternoon. Rob!
Kwame!
Robert! Robert, how you doing?
I'm well, Charlie.
How is Charterhouse doing?
Charterhouse is, Chatterhousing.
Yeah. You know, people don't know that you do other things apart from Telecel Ghana Music Awards.
Oh, as a company?
As a company.
Well,
a lot of people.
It's normal because for most of the things we do, they are not really out there in the public space. So we don't really slap our names on. We do a lot of things for corporate Ghana. So that usually doesn't come out in the space.
And then my uncle is here, Uncle Ken Addy, ace veteran broadcaster. I mean, he's a doyen in the game. He's the Larry King of our broadcasting space. Uncle Ken, bacho me mau.
Time I ran one mama.
Oh, na rano unse obai na ma adwan me. So what you saying? Oh, why you send me pain? You were once like me, so you understand. Uncle Ken.
I wasn't as diabolic as you are.
Oh, Uncle Ken, I see myself in you.
Sir?
When I grew up, I want to be like you.
Your producer just told me that as I was coming in. He told me that when he grows, he wants to be like me. But he added an addendum.
I was there.
You see?
So I can attest to anything you are saying.
Rob was there.
I was there.
So you see, a lot of us look up to you.
Talk about the addendum he added to it.
Oh, that's for off radio. Uncle Ken, how have you been?
Yeah, it's been an interesting week.
Yes.
The heat has started.
Yeah.
We are being kissed by the sun.
I tell you.
These days, But, we've enjoyed months of cool weather, so we're back to normal.
Exactly.
What we know.
Exactly.
And, It's been an exciting week with lots and lots of interesting
stories, activities.
About.
Yeah. So, and 2 weeks ago, exactly 2 weeks ago, like this, while he was preparing for his birthday concert, his 41st, according to Wikipedia.
Sure?
According to Wikipedia, his 41st.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure. But according to Wikipedia, he's 41.
No, I'm only asking.
But I'm not sure.
Because I have read a lot of different,
Sammy Flex will be here in a bit.
I was hoping he turns up.
Will he be sure?
At least we can work with that.
I tell you.
Kwame,
Uncle Ken.
That brings me to this point.
Yes, please.
Why are some people so shy of mentioning their age?
I don't understand.
It is something I cannot get to grips with.
Maybe for
as far as I'm
personal
concerned,
reasons.
As far as I'm concerned, I wish I was even older than I am now.
Yeah.
So I can boast about being older and being alive.
Yeah, and being alive.
Feeling strong.
Feeling strong.
Vibrant. But people shy away from the telly. I can't understand. It's my imagination.
People have personal reasons. So
why?
Oh, they have personal reasons.
You're not grateful for God giving you long life?
Not really.
But why?
But personal reasons.
Oh, Jaiwas.
And again, 2 weeks ago, did you follow the razzmatazz that came with Shattawale's birthday celebration, the concerts, the people that performed, and the huge numbers he pulled?
Yes, in fact, I was excited. Being on this show means that I have to make an effort to always be abreast with what's happening in the space.
Yeah.
So that when you and your producer invite me, I can come and talk about it from my perspective. So I did. I followed the whole charade throughout the week.
Yeah.
I followed. That's why I want Sammy Flex here.
He's on his way. Sammy is on his way.
He's on his way.
Yeah.
Because I followed him talking about it a week prior to the show.
Yeah.
And the sort of things he said. So I wanted to ask him a few questions about the interview he gave prior to the show. And I'll hold on to that till he turns up. If he is going to turn up.
Okay.
But the show itself was to be expected.
Yeah.
Nyama attracts the streets.
Of course.
And there is no doubt about that. Nobody can argue about his influence on the streets. So I wasn't surprised at the turnout, for instance.
Yeah.
And some people are saying that it's because it was free. I don't really want to go that angle. Because where Shatta is concerned, even if there was a 20 or 30 CD charge for such a huge...
People will still attend.
Yeah. I still think people will have attended the event. Yeah. So it was interesting to monitor. I was overwhelmed at a point. I must admit.
Yeah.
Because I thought some of the shots, not at the actual venue, but shots of the streets, the high street, leading to the venue, and filled with humans. I first of all thought it was AI.
When I posted one of the photos, somebody told me, "Hey, go and delete it. This is not Ghana. This is from somewhere."
Exactly.
Really?
Oh yes. Somebody came to write.
I thought
delete
so
it
myself.
Now this is this one. I say now this one is it Ghana. This one is it Ghana.
So I was like, wow. And the performances.
Yeah.
And the support he got from
the other artists.
Family. I mean, the unity portrayed in the whole venture was good for the industry.
Yeah.
That he got his folks to come and support him.
Yeah.
That way. I was extremely scared of a stampede somewhere along the line.
I was scared too.
I just kept saying, please, 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 let there not be a stampede somewhere along the line. So while watching what was happening, when I realized that people were complaining of heat, and there was so much heat. And then I saw some fire tenders, hoses spraying. I said, Jesus Christ. But all in all, I mean, I was thankful that nothing really serious happened to take away from the positive nature of this event that Shatta had. Like him or hate him, he draws the crowds. He was able to entertain them. I was also worried about his departure while he was spraying those notes and people scrambling all over. I find that thing very, very, very troublesome. Yeah. Especially within such a huge crowd that anything could have happened.
Exactly.
You know. But like I've said, I haven't heard of any serious, incident that apart from some people fainting, which, I mean, even if people go on march past
Independence
at the Independence Square, they faint. From, and so much heat, at that place. I wondered when I saw an official from the American embassy complain about his loss, the loss of his wallet and credit cards, and he actually mentioned 800 cedis in cash from the venue. Yeah. And I said to myself, how can you go to such a concert or call it such a gathering with so many people and carry so much money and your credit cards along with you? So I was like, oh, how could he do that? But like I said, apart from that, the actual concert was jet, and the people enjoyed themselves, and afterwards we never heard of any really bad.
I had an invitation for you, but I forgot to give it to you.
You did?
I forgot.
Because you.
I wanted you to just get in there, like backstage, and have an experience.
He says, Kwame, you see how you can lie? Sammy Flex just posed the question after you made the statement that an invitation to go where?
To go to Black Star.
Sammy Flex just posted an invitation to go where?
You would have gone?
Maybe
to go where? To the Black Star Square.
Cup, something.
But you see, both of you, Sammy Flex and you, might not know the affiliation I had with Shatta. Your producer does know.
Oh.
From the past.
Yeah.
Your producer can tell you that once upon a time, I was head of the Shatta empire.
Chai.
Hey.
For life.
It's for life. Philip, am I lying?
You can't
They don't know. These people don't know.
Oh.
Nyama was my boy.
History.
Yes. Ask him when you go, Sammy. And I was so into Nyama until he started insulting the media. Then I resigned.
Insulting?
Yeah, he did. He was insulting the media at a point in his lifetime. Wow. He insulted all people, the media. And the words he used, I won't repeat on this show, to insult the media. So that's when I resigned.
But he's still a brother, so.
He is. So if you remember when his wife came here, his ex-wife,
Michi.
Yes. Michi came here as a guest on our show.
Yeah.
I told Michi this story, and I told Michi to tell him that once he got enskinned in the north as a chief, I had forgiven him his sins. Okay. And I'm welcoming back the prodigal son. Those were the exact words I used.
Words so sweet.
As a person I love and will forever love.
Yeah.
So I have always loved Shatta. But I do not and will not condone certain acts that I find demeaning to his position as an artist.
Great.
So Sammy, welcome.
Thank you.
I have questions for you.
I'm ready. I'm ready to answer all of them.
Joy 99.7 FM. It's Showbiz A to Z. And as we speak now, a lot of people are trooping the good packages into the Accra Mall to have their items purchased here at discounted prices. It is the EcoBank Joy Business SME Fair happening right now at the Good Park. Please drive there now with your family, with your friends. You can still be listening to us as you go there to purchase your items. Yeah, do that right now. Go to the Good Park adjacent the Accra Mall now, as we also have our conversation here. We are having a 360 Post-Morterm discussion on Shattafest. Yeah, because our man Shattawale, yeah, my brother. Shattawale had a very beautiful concert on 18th October, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, by this time, Sammy Flex was hot. But yeah, they pulled it out, and yes, it was a very, very successful event, and we're all here to learn lessons from it. And then these lessons may inform all the events we'll be having this December in GH and moving forward. Let me say good afternoon to my boss, Sammy Flex. Boss.
Bra Kwame.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chief.
We have met again.
I know. We actually meet every day, but not
but not here like
Kwame,
yes.
I just would like you to clarify why you call him boss.
Oh, Sammy Flex. Sammy Flex.
You always do.
Yeah. Sammy
like
Flex
Yeah.
taught me the bigger parts of my journalism.
Wow.
Print. You know, print is like the basis because you write and then it gives you the foundation. So even apart from that, beyond that, Sammy Flex appointed me as deputy editor. He's a brother.
Of course.
Yeah, he's a brother. Sammy Flex is a brother.
Yeah, man.
So sometimes when I'm punching, sometimes when I punch more, then I stay back and I say,
The bias comes in.
yeah. And I say,
How can you be punching your boss?
and I say, Manuel from Basa. But it's all good. I know Sammy understands because the very first column he created for me in Flex newspaper was Say It Loud.
Yes. Yeah. and people hated that column.
And I wasn't in Accra, so I was hiding in my ghetto in Koforidua, and I was punching the people.
People hated that column.
They didn't want that.
You know, sometimes I get shocked that you are not a friend to Okrekumati.
Oh yes, now we are like this. So.
No, sometimes I get shocked.
No, all the people I had issues with, I'm now cool with all of them.
Including Kwesi Abuaji.
Oh yes.
So.
Yes. I met him somewhere. And I greeted him. I said, Fio. When in Saudi. Brother,
yeah.
Good to have you here. Good to have you here.
I know. This is home, so anytime I come here.
Yeah.
Just that, the moment I sat down, Uncle Ken gave me 1 point that Shatta insulted them.
That was a welcome address.
So sometimes I also want to ask, Uncle Ken, did the media also insult Shatta?
I don't think so. They might have reacted. No, the media might have reacted.
I think if we should go,
the Shatta also reacted.
These angles.
No, Shatta also reacted.
And again, if we should go on these tangents today, we will not finish it. Because Sammy Flex will never.
No. What I mean is that Shatta also reacted to the media.
I understand.
Whatever they were saying to him.
Yeah.
He was giving them the same energy. So sometimes I wish we don't use insulted the media. Maybe Shatta also reacted to their energy.
Okay.
But used insulting words.
They also use insulting words on him sometimes.
Media
There was an insult.
I didn't use some on him, but you used on me. Let's go straight to the point. So,
Yeah, Kwame,
2 weeks ago, you guys did it. And you told us that the plan was actually hatched within a 13-day period, right?
Yeah.
So after when he posted on social media that he wanted to do something for his fans on his birthday.
Yeah.
At that point in time, did you guys have a plan as to what you were going to do?
We had a plan, and that was just the bigger picture, as in we want to do a party.
Yeah.
But the real details, we were not sure then. Because most of these plans we had, everything came in the month of this October. So when Shatta was asking the fans, where should we do this? Should we do this at the Accra Sports Stadium, or we should do this at the Independence Square? At that time, we were not even sure which of the venues we were going to do it at.
Interesting.
Yeah. And getting the Independence Square alone was very hectic. Because the time range was so short, and at the time the place was also busy. So many activities were happening. I know my man here is laughing. Even I can tell you for a fact that we got the place confirmed for us on Tuesday. We did the event on Saturday. Yes, that same week on Tuesday. That was when the approval came from Jubilee House that indeed we've given you guys the space to do your event. And the next day, Charterhouse, they were going to load in. So imagine if you had not gotten that clarity that, okay, you guys can now go in. It was, I was not sleeping. Because imagine at that time, we started our advertising. Publicity, we were going to do it. How were you going to tell the people that, oh, we did not get the venue? Yeah, so it was tough, but indeed, we thank God where we got to.
So at the time you hatched the idea, were you going to do the production by yourself then?
I also know that at that time, you know, we have some event people in our camp who were also in conversation with other bodies, hoping to get them. So if you had not gotten them, then I would say then we were going to handle the production by ourselves. But we were so sure because that conversation was not new. It was a conversation that started even way before the October conversation started. So we were so sure if we push small energy, it will work out. And indeed, the energy worked out. Yeah.
So at what point did Momo from MTN come in?
Okay.
Did you approach them? Did they approach you?
Okay, so that's what I said.
Okay.
That I think from the beginning of the year when Momo first started, I know they were in talks with us. They wanted us to be part of the various movements. You know, they were moving through Accra. Yeah. So I think, was he one of the Ghana towns? They wanted Shatta to play, but obviously they could not meet all the demands, as you guys know. Oh no, I'm taking it cool. Take it easy. Yeah, taking it cool.
A particular demand.
Oh, not a particular. No. Uncle Kid. They could not meet all the demands, so we're still doing back and forth until it got to that crucial time that, okay, who can we do this with?
Yeah.
Let me say shouts to Julio. Sometimes he doesn't want his name mentioned, but we still have to do it. He was in touch with them, being an event person himself, someone who produces events. He knew about it. Some one or two people, he spoke to them that, well, whatever we've been planning to do that we have not been successful, Shatta is about to have his birthday and he wants to do this. Can we now sit around the table again and see if we can do it? Then I think it met their time.
All right.
And they also said, okay, maybe they've not done any Momo Fest around that area, so if Shatta is available, why not? Let's do it. And the conversation started from there.
Okay, so when this one came, I see a bancha bongum.
Exactly. Now I've been.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
All right. So this one to Momo, can I say that? Momo from MTN.
Momo from MTN, yeah.
They did their part of the bargain, right?
Exactly.
So they paid.
Should I say they paid? It was their part of their bargain they took care of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we can, for technical usage, we can say that they took care of their part of the bargain and not to say they paid.
Oh, okay.
But
they committed a certain amount to...
They paid maybe some way, like, because I'm not sure there were clear charges.
Okay.
So they took care of their side of the bargain.
Wow.
And they did that beautifully. We want to salute them every day.
So they committed a certain amount to the production and to everything.
Unless maybe to do production is free.
Oh, yeah. And then
I'm asking.
And also committed a certain amount to the artist, the headline artist, right?
No, don't go there. What I mean is Kwame, sometimes this is what Shatta doesn't like about
you know the Shattawale we know. Our friend Shattawale, yeah, he loves money. He loves money.
No, he works for money. Let's put it right.
Yeah.
We are on Joy FM, so we have to be politically right with our words.
He works for money.
No, what he works for money.
But he loves money.
Oh, sometimes it may not be about just the love.
Okay.
It's about working for it,
right.
Like what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm sure by 28th of this month, you'll be expecting.
What is
Yeah, so everything was part of the bargain as I'm talking about. So to us, as much as Momo said, okay, we're going to do this for you, we are ready. Let's shoot. We were also in.
All right, Joe 99.7 FM, Showbiz A2Z0551111997. I have Sammy Flex here. He is PR/media manager for Shattawale. Yeah. That's right.
Yes, boss.
Okay. And
Very
I have
right.
Robert Clark. He is head of public events and communication for Chatterhouse, also right here with us. And then Uncle Ken is a veteran broadcaster. He works with us here at Joy FM. He's a former artist manager as well. Yeah, with us.
So what do you achieve by
Former
doing
chairman.
I want people to know that when you are speaking, when you speak, you do that from experience. We'll be joined by Dr. Victor Doke, who is security analyst and researcher lecturer at the KIPTC, and we will have Rudy Kwachi on the phone. Baba Sadiq will be joining us.
coming on?
He's a politician. He's an entrepreneur and innovator. Baba Sadiq.
Yeah.
And then Isaac Ofieje is a lead data and research analyst with Joy News. Yeah, he is already on Zoom waiting for us. Now, Sam, let's talk about the event on the night.
Okay.
How did it go for you?
What would be that right word to use? It was excellent for me, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because whatever we were looking for, we got it. We wanted to feed the people, and those who decided to give food to the people did that exactly. We wanted to give the people enough to drink as well. Let me say shout outs to Casa Preco. They gave the people enough to drink. And again, we wanted to entertain the people.
Yeah.
I also want to say thanks and big ups to every Ghanaian musician who decided to come through, to support this, because this was a Shatter birthday. Yeah. And whoever decided to come there was there to support. No charges, everything free. They all came to perform. Over 40 mainstream artists, for up and coming artists there. I lost count because at a point, like I said earlier, many of our friends, Charlie, I have some artists, so can you put him on? I have some artists, so I was not counting because the flyers were just going left, right, and center. People were just taking flyers left, right, and center like that. And that was fine.
I think you shouldn't forget the food, the free food from.
Richard Niama.
I said,
Kwe.
yes, Richard Niama Kwe also gave the food to the people. So I think, to me, it was excellent as much as I'm concerned.
Me, apart from music, I also saw people drawing, graffiti, and other things. And that prompted me that this event wasn't just about music, or it wasn't a music event in itself, because there were people from the various parts of the arts. We have culinary arts, if you talk about food.
Yeah.
We had visual arts, people drawing and painting.
Yeah.
I even saw Kim Bygone do an interview with some guys at the background, and I hear there was one guy who did the painting.
Okay.
Yeah, of Shatawale,
Well,
Street Crown.
yes, you see, there were many people playing different
roles, yeah.
But because officially, maybe they were not part of our scheme of things.
Yeah.
That is why I will not be able to.
No, but they were highlighted through the various small vlogs that I saw on social media.
Okay.
Because I watched from home,
Okay.
I was paying attention to all these details. And then it dawned on me, no, this is beyond music. And that's the reason we're here today, to actually analyze the benefits of this concert on
But
the
I
entire
see
space.
from our end, what we will be able to really speak
is
about
what
will
you
be
have direct.
exactly
I understand you.
what we were
I
controlling.
understand you.
But apart from that, other things, personally after the event, that was when I also saw so many things that happened there online.
Yeah.
Many of them I did not see because I was either
course,
backstage,
you won't see.
I was on the stage.
Yeah.
So I did not see many of the stuff. But for other people who came there to play different roles, we want to acknowledge all of them. We want to say thank you to all of them. It may not be an official recognition, but at least knowing that they also did something, we salute them.
And we are here today to look at the impacts on the economy. And from where you are sitting, I know you are not, how do you call it? You are not a data person that will go on the ground and, okay, let me go in. Why not Tory? You wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But from where you sit, from the top of your mind, how do you think this one impacted the economy at that point in time?
Everything that humans can consume was consumed around that time. From clothes. I saw one lady who was online saying that, can Shatta do another show? This time around, he shouldn't call for just white clothes. He should call for other colors, because almost all their white clothes are gone.
Okay.
Everything white was gone. Around the same time, I received a call from Alodia, who also knows one guy who operates a boutique around the Teshi Nungwa area. And he also said the same thing, that from Friday, I think no, from about Thursday, he decided to go for some white clothes. Friday, they got finished. He restocked. Saturday, they got finished as well. So that area alone, it can tell you that so many things happened. Now, I can even go to the extent of talking about hotels, hospitality, in the extent that, personally, myself and my team, around that time, we spent nights at 2 different areas.
Yeah.
One at Sun City, which is on the Labadi Laboni Road, and the other at Kempinski Hotel. At the same time, there were other people within our team who were also lodging at different areas as well. And I want to believe that it wouldn't be us alone. Those who came from outside of Accra, a good number of people came from outside of Accra, and maybe they wanted to live around the Independence Square so that when it comes to their movement in and out, they wouldn't struggle. More of these people will also be perching at some of these hotels, lodge, apartments here and there. Now, there were those who also came to sell. Maybe those who were selling the micro things, the small things, water, drinks here and there. They also came there in their numbers because, Kwame, the people who came that day, if all of us, if we had invested into some of those businesses, I'm sure like by now, we've made a lot of money. But of course, that was not our thing. Those who really came for that purpose, they also made enough. So I want to believe, even if you go beyond those who came there to do the small things, and we do the major things as well. Momo had a sales festival of a thing also ongoing.
Cashless market.
Cashless market, which even started the Friday before the Saturday. So over there, they were more formal. I want to believe a lot of money was also made there as well.
Kwame, sorry, Sammy, the cashless market that you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Can you explain how it works? Because a lot of people they don't understand.
I'm wondering if they can.
No, I can't. I don't know.
I can explain it. So basically, what they do is so the Momo Fest project is about highlighting what Momo can be used for.
Okay.
So for as long as trade is the basic or the basis for this particular activity, what they do is for every location we go to, they have specific vendors, and these vendors are brought in representing food, like different aspects of things that people need on a regular day.
People who participate will
exactly.
pay in.
But in terms when you're making a purchase, you are encouraged to make purchase via the Momo platform. Okay. And you get interesting discounts and all of that once you go on that particular platform. So that's what they encourage. So if you look on the screen, they are on the left. In the time when the video plays back, you would see it. They are on the left. That's the setup.
They have some blue tents all over.
So these are like folks who are well curated, placed in that particular space to be able to make sales, to serve the target that are present, essentially.
All right. So
nice one.
Let me come to Brasami again to wrap up his observation in terms of the commercial aspect, and then we will start talking in earnest. Brasami, please, let's go.
Yeah, so I also want us to even talk about those who supplied logistics.
Yes,
on the day, on the night, a good number of them. They also made money. There were carpenters, there were technicians,
plenty.
A good number of them. Even beyond the main stage, we had the VIP and the VVIP stage, where there were also decorators. In fact, different people made a lot of money within that space.
Thank you very much, Sammy Flex, who is PR and media manager for Shattawale. Now, there's a question I want to ask you, not now. Later.
Won't you forget?
No, I've written every question.
Okay. Because I'm scared you may forget, I want us to hit it hard.
Let me come to Robert. Robert Clark is head of public events and communications at Charterhouse. Robert, you guys were in charge of production.
Yes, Chief.
What does it mean when we say you were in charge of production?
So basically, it was more of playing our role with respect to event management, overseeing and having conversations with them to align on certain things, because obviously we have expertise in that space. So most of the conversations in terms of what was supposed to be done, there were alignment. and then but they had specific areas that it was purely them that they were supposed to handle. So in terms of logistics that were supposed to be set up, once we had agreed on what it was supposed to be like, we're responsible for organizing the stage, light, sound, and the team responsible for managing on-stage production, audio-visual, and stuff like that. So when it comes to on-stage production, we had to work with them because obviously they knew who were supposed to be on stage and the communication that had gone out to them, and so we had to work together. And then even during the execution, I had to shadow him where his strength, where he had a lot of energy at the beginning. I had to allow him to handle stuff, and then towards the end, when I realized my man had zero energy, I had to take over.
I was gone.
You were a goner.
I was gone, Charlie.
So basically, yeah, but that's how we usually play the roles, so that you understand, like, allow people to play during their strength, moments of strength, and then you take over, and then you continue. So the seamless, it runs all the way through. So yes, we had to work side by side in that particular vein. So yeah, at the end of the day, we had a beautiful show, and essentially that's what it is. So we had inputs. So let's say security will have a conversation about it. We'll also share our thoughts in terms of what needs to be done, that kind of stuff. If when they even needed some logistics that they needed to get, so maybe like he needed to put some letters at specific places, he would call, we'll give him information in terms of who to see and stuff like that. So yeah, so we worked together, and we achieved what we achieved. And
so who fronted the security bit? Who worked for that? Which of the partners?
So it was a collaboration. Let me put it that way. And in the team of folks responsible for recruitment, the team responsible for recruitment did the recruiting, and they came together, and then we shared inputs in terms of areas of concern. I remember the very last meeting when we all met, we had to pinpoint specific areas where we had concerns and areas we wanted them to really address. Yes, but different people play different roles in the security. Security is not just officers on ground. Usually when they say security is about from barricading, because obviously it either allows or makes the case worse. And then you also have the number of people who are supposed to be on ground, what they are supposed to do, their various positions, how people are going to come in, how people are going to go out, how you're managing your your VIP. Like it's everything that ensures that the program, the people are secure, and even the artists, and especially when they are on stage, even how to work around it. And some of the things we did, we even had to do improvisation at certain places because it was needed, and so you always have to be alert in that particular space to be able to get stuff done. So yeah, I should say it was there was team inputs and team efforts, but I'm sure Sammy has got some inputs.
Maybe what I can add is that there was the security in the area of police service. Then there was security in the area of, say, the private security.
I was coming there.
So the police service, because it was our show, we had to write to them officially. We wrote to the police, we wrote to ambulance service, and we wrote to fire service as well. So that area, Shatter Movement handled it. But for the private security that was on grounds, I think the production team did. So
do you have an idea about how many security personnel you had in total at the premises?
For the police, they will be able to confirm. I remember when we presented our letter. In our letter, it was stated that we are looking at having about between 60,000 and 100,000.
Okay.
That was our estimate, as a matter of fact. So when we went there with our estimate, I remember in our meeting with the officer, he told us then it means here in Ghana, they do, is it 500 to 1 or something? Is it something to 1? The ratio is some way. Yeah, the ratio is some way. In fact, when you hear the number to 1, you go like, Yeah, so when we mentioned to them that, okay, this is what we are doing, and they said it's like 50 to 1 or something, I said, okay. So he did some rough calculation. He said, okay, then it means he may need about either 1,000 men or more on the grounds.
Oh.
So in fact, that was technical thing handled by
them,
their office as well.
Okay, so when you add the other private security, then it will be more than that.
Exactly.
Oh, then you also need to add even shutter security.
Okay.
SM security.
Yeah. Very important.
Yeah,
because they were in charge of shutter as a performer.
Would you say the security personnel on the grounds on that night were overwhelmed by the audience?
Well, I'm not sure we would argue that because if you're going to have an event and you have your own estimate, and on the night you had the numbers going extremely beyond that, definitely they are going to be overwhelmed. But once again, I'll still give them thumbs up because if you are not careful, you would rather misbehave because you've been overwhelmed. You would rather misbehave and the situation will get out of hand. But I think they kept their composure, they kept calm, and we were able to finish successfully and peacefully as well.
All right, we're here talking about the Shattafest 25, doing a post-mortem, a holistic one, of course, and then also seeing if we can learn some lessons for our December events and future events. Uncle Ken?
Before you go to anybody, I want to ask Sammy.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Robert, a couple of questions based on their submission so far.
Okay.
Yes, please.
One,
Please do.
Was the ministry involved in any way
No.
in this celebration?
From our side,
Yeah.
there was no conversation with any ministry or body or organization.
So the ministry itself, any of its agencies, the GTA, the what do you call it?
Agencies?
Yeah, creative arts agency. None of them was involved in what you did.
No, we
None of
did not have any
Why?
discussion or whatsoever with them.
Did you approach them?
No, because we saw no,
this as a private venture?
exactly. We saw this to be
Alright.
Shatter's birthday.
Okay.
And if it is Shatter's birthday, it is more personal. In fact, he even decided to make it that public. If he had done it maybe in his mansion, it would still be team members, family members, and friends.
Oh, that's nice.
Exactly.
Okay. Second question. Robert Clark. Who approached who? Chatterhouse or Shattawale's empire?
Okay, it actually came from Momo.
Yes.
That answers my question.
Why, Uncle Ken?
What is the question?
That answers my question.
Which is?
I mean, that has disabled my interest.
You wanted to know how they were able to work with Shatter?
In exploring this issue any further. Robert, thank you for that. Thank you very much for that.
Let's kill the agenda. Uncle. I know the agenda Uncle Ken is trying to say. So you see, Uncle Ken wants to say that it was because we were not in charge of that area, reason Chatterhouse was able to do that. But I still want to say no, because whatever we did, discussions happened. Even before the show, we as a team, we knew that we were going to work with Chatterhouse. At that time, if we were not comfortable with Chatterhouse, you could have said no.
Yeah.
Because the other bodies
Shatter even mentioned when he came on George Quay's show.
So let's shoot that agenda down before it goes down.
I am surprised at you.
He had a question he didn't ask.
No, but what I mean is that we were okay with Chatterhouse doing everything. We didn't have any issues or problems. Yes,
and that's what I meant when Robert gave his answer.
Yes,
that's what I meant. That you were okay with it.
Very okay.
You had to be okay.
And again, Sammy wants to say that he knows your question.
You know I'm enjoying this. Sammy is like, he's been on radio for God. So he knows when people are insinuating or there are questions in their mind.
Sammy knows that I always needle him somewhere along the line.
Your last one. Okay.
My last one. Sammy mentioned the artists who came on board, giving their quota, just coming to support Shattawale, and that there was no money involved. Is that what you said?
Yes. Okay. None of them charged a
so
penny.
I find a review that I read about the event a bit contradictory to what you said.
A review from where?
The review
from
said,
where?
Hold on.
Because
the event
Uh-huh.
supported the creative industry.
Okay.
Now, it went on to say the festival provided a major platform and financial rewards for both established and upcoming Ghanaian artists and content creators,
Okay.
highlighting the economic potential of the local music industry. This is what I read.
Okay.
From where, please?
That's what I've been
So
asking.
Who wrote this one? So we can authenticate
Yeah, that's what I've been
it.
asking from beginning. From
So we
where?
can authenticate
The
it.
source is important.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
The source is an overview of the Shattafest.
By whom?
I don't know
Or which
who-
platform?
Because you know people put things together on social media.
Oh, I see. It was an AI overview. Yes.
Okay.
It was an AI
AI
overview.
overviews can give you a general
Something.
view. So
So,
that's
yes,
okay.
so I just
All right.
wanted clarification that so it meant that all those people who came on board did not benefit in any way.
I'm sure if this is an AI overview, then what the platform is trying to do is that anytime there is a performance by any
Artist.
performer,
Yes.
there
They
is
expect the
a fee.
artist to be
Yeah.
paid. Okay,
But
okay.
in this particular
Alright.
case, there was no.
otherwise-
I'm only asking questions. So.
No, keep asking them. Yeah, I love
all
them.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on Zoom right now. We have our colleague Isaac Kwefieje. He is lead in charge of data and research here at Joy News and Joy FM. Kwefieje is on Zoom now. Kofi. Hello, Kofi.
Kwame. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Kwame, good afternoon.
How are you doing?
I am great. How about you?
We're also doing well here, and thanks so much for spending time with us. Kofi, can you hear me? Hello?
Kwame, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I think I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, so you published a certain figure as the number of people that went to the Black Star Square on 18th October to join Shatawale in celebrating his birthday. And the publication cited 400,000, about 400,000 fans. That is what you wrote in there. Kofi, how did you arrive at this figure?
Well, first of all, I think we need to understand that one powerful tool of statistics is estimation. And estimation and statistics are always based on important and key assumptions, right? And so based on certain assumptions that we set, we were able to actually arrive at that, point estimation. In fact, I'll tell you about the range we look at and how we're able to arrive at that specific point.
All right.
Estimation, which is still above a certain figure. And people were asking, it's interesting, I mean, this is an important issue. So people were asking who went on the field to count who and all of that. Sometimes I ask, nobody is able to swim across all the oceans around the world to count the number of whales or the number of a certain particular fish in the sea, but we are able to rely on statistical tools, scientific tools to be able to do that form of projection and estimation. So that was that same approach that we use. And in fact, with such events that tickets were not sold, usually it's difficult to get the specific number of people who attended the program. And so you need to rely on estimations. And estimations will not be 100% correct. That's why it's an estimation. So you leave room for some margin of error. So our margin of error when we're doing this estimation was about 5% margin of error.
5%.
It means that whatever
5%
margin of error.
Okay.
So it simply means that whatever figure we put out there, we are 95% sure that if all our assumptions are true, then that's the total number of attendance. So this is how we did it. So we had Joy Entertainment had people on ground, right? So people from Joy News, people from Joy FM, even our sister station at Dome, there were people on ground, and so we're able to get on-ground evidence and photos and visuals, right? And then on social media was also awash with a number of several videos, drone shots, and that in itself gave us the density of the number of people who went there and then the attendance in terms of the density. So what we did was to use what we call, area density mapping based on the actual factual information that we've been able to receive from reporters and then visuals that we've been able to get. So what you simply do in area density mapping is that you estimate the possible areas that you think that people stood during the event, and we all saw the videos. The Independence Square, the square itself was loaded, was really packed. And if you've been, we all know how the square is like. In and around the square, there are plenty. There are vast, spaces that people can actually stand and all of that. So around the beach, the streets, adjoining areas, and all of that. And we also saw videos of how the streets were actually packed, especially from Gamashi or Jamestown to the Independence Square. That street was busy throughout the event, and that gave us some of the assumptions we looked at. So first of all, we estimated possible areas that we felt people could be. So in the square itself and its immediate surroundings, when we did our estimations based on the area that we mapped and how dense the attendance was, we came to a conclusion that in the circle itself and around it and its immediate environs, the total attendance was around some 250,000. That was the square and its immediate surroundings, right? And if you extend the size, the area or the perimeter, if you extend that, then it means you are looking at the adjoining streets, you are looking at the Evans Atamil's High Street that connects the square to Gamashi, Osu, Oxford Street. In fact, we have evidence that people were as far as Labadi Beach Hotel. People actually trekked all the way from Teshi and Nungwa to the event grounds. We have evidence how packed even Tema Station was. Osu was a typical example of how the event was had spillover in terms of attendance. And so, if you are looking at the lower bound of our estimation, the lowest we estimated was about 250,000. And if we stretch it in terms of the attendance and the area that we looked at, it was almost exceeding 600,000, people in attendance. But that range for us was very, very, wide, because you're looking at Kwame, between 250,000 and 600,000. That confidence interval will not sound well in any proper statistician's head. So we needed to rely on other powerful statistical tools to arrive at a certain favorable or close to accurate midpoint, right? So that midpoint was when we had to use some statistical estimation methods to arrive at the about 400,000. That is, if we really stretch the possible areas that we feel people were. So in terms of the estimation and how we came to arrive at that figure, that was the methodology. And I must say that this is an internationally recognized statistical method of computing, in terms
what's the name of that method again?
So you have area density mapping, right? Area density mapping, that is one method. Then you need to add other statistical methods, a bit complex methods that will help you arrive at that midpoint, which was about 400,000 that we were able to get. And so it is the same method used to estimate population of mosquitoes. Nobody is able to go around counting the number of mosquitoes, but we're able to estimate the population of mosquitoes in a certain area. We're able to estimate the population of how do you call it, the number of whales or whatever in the sea and all of that. So that is an acceptable scientific method used in estimation, especially when spillovers are actually the variance of the spillovers are actually very wide, and in fact the density is something that you can be sure that there was high density you can use. So you're just using the possible area that an individual covered to estimate the population, looking at the total area size that you're looking at. So basically that was how we computed. There's not any rocket science, and it's something that is there. We are not the people to invent it. It's a method that is used almost everywhere across the world.
Kofi, since you're saying we are estimating, are we also right to say that other figures we had, like the initial over 300,000 that Sammy Flex stated, and then the 400,000, okay, that one is also just like the Joy News, and then the 637,000 that Sammy Flex TV released on their news card to officially announce the official figure? Can we say these are all possible, figures?
Yes, and I like the fact that you use the word possible, right? So it simply means that now we are talking about probabilities. And in estimation, probabilities play an important role. And so because we are estimating, it's not possible that we all get a certain particular answer. But one thing that statisticians rely on is a range, right? So we are looking at a range of 250,000 to as high as 600,000. So wherever you choose to be, since it falls in the possible or the feasible region of interest, I wouldn't say that anybody got it wrong, because an estimation, we all can't get the same or the exact figure. Everybody will have their margin of errors, and even in terms of getting a certain, true midpoint, they also rely on so many assumptions. One thing that statistics thrive on is assumptions. Once those assumptions are no longer there, then whatever you've done it doesn't really make sense or doesn't really hold water anymore. And so if our interval is 250,000 to about 600,000, then I don't think that anybody was wrong. We all fall within the same space, but we just wanted a certain midpoint to actually, because averaging is very important in statistics. So sometimes people will not appreciate it when you give them a range. They want to get a certain figure close to the actual figure. So that's how come we had to rely on the point estimation method to actually get that average of about 400,000.
Kofi, we're also concerned about the commercial impact of the concerts on our creative economy. Are you able to tell us or give us an estimate of how much the celebration or the concert contributed to the creative economy within that period?
And again, we would have to, Kwame, rely on assumptions, right? Because assumptions will always give us that leg to stand on and make those estimations. And in fact, because we have a range of 250,000 to about 600,000, and because this involves estimating economic benefits, I will decide to choose the lower limit or the lower bound of 250,000, right? Let's use that to make this analysis. So if we assume that the lower limit is true, which is to say that about 250,000 people attended the concert, and we also assume that each person may have spent on average, and the key word here is average, let's say even 50 Ghana cedis, because definitely there will be people who will spend low in terms of the economic bracket. There are people who actually walk from wherever they were to the place and they will not spend anything. They are just coming. They are just happy. They just come, have fun, and go. And there are people who come there and spend more than 50 cedis. There are actually people who will be on the same ground and spend more than 800 cedis there and there. But we are assuming that the average, right? If you assume the average is about 50 cedis, that in itself alone means that expenditure that went on in that space alone around that time could have been around 12.5 million Ghana cedis. 12.5 million Ghana cedis. And even if we increase the expenditure average a bit and say about 100 cedis per person using the lower limit of 250,000 attendance, that in itself alone is about 25 million Ghana cedis. And if you assume and increasing the economic bracket and say about 200 cedis was spent per person using the same lower limit, that in itself is also about 50 million Ghana cedis. And so it tells you that wherever you look at the economic impact from, millions of Ghana cedis were spent on the ground that day or that evening.
And by this, you're talking about everything: food, transportation, accommodation, everything, right?
Well, accommodation, no, because accommodation, if you had accommodation, not everybody that went there that actually, booked hotels and all of that. But the hospitality business also really, really benefited. Hotels in and around the place really benefited because this was a national event, right? So you had people coming from more across the length and breadth of the 16 regions of the country. People moved from, the northern part of the country, eastern region, and the western part to just come and witness it. And definitely they will not, go back the same evening or the same night. And so they will find ways and means to lodge. People possibly will lodge with friends, people will book hotels and all of that. But however you look at it, the hospitality business really, really, boomed that around that time. But this assumption we are making is just transportation and, let's say, food, refreshment, at the place, if we are just considering that. If you add accommodation, then in terms of the economic impact, we could be, heading towards about 800,000, 80 million, Ghana cedis in terms of the economic benefits just within that short period of time. But because we are still relying on assumptions, you cannot pinpoint. But definitely what we are so sure is that millions of Ghana cedis were spent that day, whether through hotels and hotel accommodations or through food or transportation. The economic benefit of the 2025 Shattafest was really, really significant and very big.
Kofi, thank you so much for your time this evening, afternoon, right here on Joy 99.7 FM, Showbiz A to Z.
Yes, it's been amazing. I'm enjoying the discussion, and my greetings to Uncle Ken.
All right, Isaac Kofi Ajay right there. He is lead data and research analyst with Joy News and Joy FM, and he was just letting us into the figures, the data in terms of attendance and then commercial value. And as we speak now, when you go to the Good Park, an event is ongoing, which is also going to contribute to the economy. People are buying various stuff, some which are made within our creative space, among others. And so if you're listening to me right now, head straight to Good Park, adjacent the Accra Mall, where we're having the EcoBank Joy Business SME Fair. Already, the team is holding us down there, making sure that when you get there, you are well received and you also get discounts on items that you buy right there. Let's take about 5 minutes. Let's just go there and see how the atmosphere is. When we come back, we get into other areas of the conversation. Shattafest 2025. We're doing a Post-Morterm right here. Sammy Flex is here, Robert Clark, Uncle Ken, and the Mandam Baba Sadiq will be back.
Joy 99.7 FM.
All right, Joy 99.7 FM. In the meantime, have you guys heard the latest from MTN? If not, then listen, listen. For those of you who love MTN Free After One, prepare for the upgraded experience that is MTN Free After One Extra. Now, let me tell you what the extra is all about. With MTN Free After One Extra, you can talk for 1 whole hour uninterrupted while paying for only the first minute of every 10 minutes you talk, which means that for every 10 minutes that you talk within the hour, you only pay for the first minute, and then you talk for 60 minutes straight with no interruptions. You like the sound of that? Well, as if that's not enough, you also get 50 MB. You get 50 MB of data for free after your first call daily. So you see, now it's time to talk extra with all the people you love. To subscribe to MTN free after one extra today, just dial star 550 hash, star 550 hash, and follow the prompts. We're now going to have a bite of what's happening at the Good Park adjacent to the Accra Mall, where the EcoBank Joy Business SME Fair is ongoing right now.
Sorry. I say, flocking about vendors, we are going low with our products. Are you ready? How low can you go? 1, 2, 3, let's go. Hey, say, how low can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go? Yay! What about it? What about it? Do it again. Some vendors didn't go low at all. Some vendors didn't go low. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is MC Kofi Darlington. You're welcome to the EcoBank Joy Business SME Fair. We are live on Joy TV right now. Here we go, sir. Come on. Joy Prime TV. If you're watching us, we are the Good Park Accra Mall. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Go around. Follow the leader. I say follow the leader. Vendors, let's go low. Everybody say what? Go low. Go low. Go low. Go low. Go low. Go low. What about it? Stay there. Stay low. Stay low. Stay low. Stay low. Everybody stay low. Stay low like that. Stay low. Stay low like that. Stay low like that. Now, stay low like that. Hold your product. Shake your body. I say shake your body. I say shake your body. When I say oh lo lo lo, you say oh lo lo lo, you say. When I say oh my miracle, say oh my miracle. Everybody, your products in the air and move to the right like this. Let me see your products in the air and move to the left like this. Everybody say left and right. Go left and right. Go left and right. Go left and right. Are you ready? Do you want some more? Do you want some more? Let me hear you make some noise. What about it? So, I want you to lift your products up. Higher, 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 higher,
Joy
higher,
99.7
higher,
FM.
higher. I know you love this one. You love this one, right? You love this one, right? Come forward, come forward, come forward. We are going to do the dance together. Come forward. Come forward. That's right. It's okay, this way, this way. Let's face the stage. Let's face the stage. Let's face the stage. Wait here, wait here, wait here, wait here. Here we go.
Joy 99.7 FM, and if you are listening, the sound is from the Good Park, adjacent to the Accra Mall. It's the EcoBank Joy Business SME Fair happening right now at the Good Park. You can just pass by and be part of this experience. But in the meantime, we're still here in the studio. We're talking about Shattafest 2025 and having a holistic review or post-mortem of the event. Also making sure that we have lessons to learn moving forward as we hold our various events, December in GH and others as we go on in the industry. Now, let me say hi to Baba Sadiq. Hello, Baba.
Hello, Kwame. How are you?
Charlie, now the way you did, Charlie, you can't send crowd who see you can't sound bro. You did hide from we.
Ankiken says
You did hide from we.
Ankiken says it's underground. It's called underground.
You did hide from me.
Ankiken says it's
Boy, you want to ask Baba Sadiq one question? Ask him and let's go. You are delaying.
No, Brasami, what do you know that we don't know?
Ankiken says it's underground.
Kwame, what is he saying? Speak up.
I said that you said when I came in. You said underground. You mentioned what is describing
Hiding.
underground. Hiding is what underground.
But Brasami is saying something that I don't understand.
Forget Brasami. Continue the show. You don't have time. Continue.
How are you doing?
Well, I'm good.
Are you good? Everything is good, eh?
Well, I mean, relatively, you can't complain.
Yeah.
I've got life. I can breathe.
You look
at
fresh.
least.
Very, very fresh. Very, very fresh.
But again, I've always been fresh. I've always been a freshman. Why not?
I know. You look extra fresh.
I'm looking like you used to look in your 70s. Even now, Uncle Ken is looking fresh.
You know, previously when we read your portfolio, we added maybe executive entrepreneur, creative entrepreneur, and all those things. Now we see politician, just entrepreneur and innovator.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not a secret that I'm a politician.
We know.
And then obviously my entrepreneurial exploits continues. I mean, even before politics, you know about 3 Media, you know about Full Circle, and then now obviously activating meetings.com.
Yeah, but
so, yeah.
Let me just push your
is it
volume up. Yeah, that's okay.
Yes. So I mean, I was saying that you know, it's not a secret that I'm a politician.
Yeah.
And a member of the ruling party. Even though I said something different to Uncle Kennedy. and obviously my entrepreneurial exploit as well is it's quite known. I mean, even before politics, 3 Media, Waterland, Full Circle, and then now Meetings and Exhibitions Limited. And so
But I hope you've not left the creative industry.
I'm not too active with core creative stuff. I do other things now, even though I tend to leverage or use a lot of the creative industry related networks, platforms to still activate some of the things, the projects that I'm working on. Yeah. So to that extent, I haven't left. Of course, 3 Music is still in the business. Full Circle is still in the business. And as far as I'm still connected to these ones, it doesn't mean that I've left. Just that in terms of my activities to lately, there's a bit of a shift to other things, more than the core, more than the core creative industry activities. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Let me touch on something that Kofi said. Let me go to Sammy Flex and touch on that. Sammy, when we spoke to you on Hits on Monday morning, you were not so sure about the figure, so you mentioned about 300. Okay, and then later I saw the SM fan base also release a statement that about 400. Then you later came in with another one on an artwork of Sammy Flex TV. And he said, I think official or confirmed?
Official.
Okay, and he said 637,000.
673.
73, not 70. Okay, 73,000. Okay, but on that particular artwork, you did not use about or over, unlike you did in the morning. Why?
Okay, so just as you said, right after the event, we were all putting out our estimates. I saw even Shatta put out a flyer that talked about 50,000. There were people who were saying 100,000 and other figures out there. Then in our conversation with our lawyer, Shatta was talking to our lawyer when he called me 3-way call. Then he said that, Charlie, what happened? We need to get something official for the record. So then the lawyer advised us that, okay, he has some people who are credible people when it comes to getting data. Numbers like that. So he's actually going to get them to understand what happened. Then when he called them, we told them that this is what happened. We had the whole Independence Square getting filled with people. In the stands, we had people there. Then on the streets, like Kofi said, to Osu, to the court area, to the stadium and the surrounding areas. Then they said, okay, this is what they want. Now, after getting all this information from us, they went back in their office, put together some pieces, and they brought that number to us. That is why at that time I didn't say about, because at that time I knew it was coming from credible sources, people who are really into it. Therefore, I could quote it with all the confidence in me.
Oh, okay. Because some people had issues because they thought because we are still estimating when it is definite like that, it's meant that
to them,
people were counted.
In fact, Kwame, they said something.
Okay.
They said that they don't want to exaggerate the numbers.
All right.
So they want to be modest or to be moderate on what they are putting out.
Okay.
That was said to us. So maybe I've been arguing that. I was there from about 7 a.m.
Yeah.
I never went home until the next day, 7 a.m.
Yeah.
From about 3 p.m., the place was virtually filled. At that time, I can tell you, many people could not stay till the 1 a.m., the 2 a.m. Many people left. Around the same time, many people were also coming in. I know someone. Yesterday, I got to hear that on my show, Sammy Flex TV. The guy said he left there around 2 a.m., went to Kaswa. When he woke up around 6 and he realized the show was still happening, he drove back to Independence Square again. You understand? So just look at one person was able to go to Kaswa, came back, the show was still running. So what it means that a good number of people left the place and a good number also came. Now, who will be able to put together all these numbers? So I always say, okay, to them, they don't want to exaggerate the number. They want us to put this one down as at least a managed number that can still stand as the official figure for what we did.
Good one there. You can send in your comments 055-1111-997. We're analyzing Shattawali's birthday concert, which was held on 18th October, looking at the commercial impact. We're looking at the data and partnership between Mumu from MTN, Chatterhouse, and other parties involved, and how this actually is going to impact Wale's brand. Now, let me get to Robert. Robert, since this show was held, all of a sudden people have become conscious of data, numbers, figures. What does it mean to the industry?
It's very, very relevant, and I think we as a people need to be able to get into the creative economy space with information that can literally benefit us. And for some time now, it looks like because most of the folks that we deal with are very heavy on the art side, we don't usually apply some of these metrics that are used in other fields to be able to give value to our space. But that is where we're supposed to be heading towards. I like the fact that the estimations have been done. I myself, I told you about some estimates we did with respect to the pitch itself, using the square meter rule and checking on the density in that particular space. And when we did the calculation, even on the ground itself, the estimation was above 200,000. And then you now have to add the stands, and then you go into the streets and all of that. So again, it gave me 100% confidence that these are the numbers that we're dealing with. But what does it really mean? In terms of fashion, in terms of accommodation, in terms of transportation, in terms of I like the spend that has been calculated, and this is quite an interesting number, but this is just food and water, and then transportation perhaps. If you now add the number of people who were in hotels, the cost of logistics and all of that, you would clearly see that X amount of money has been spent, and definitely in millions. So if these are the things that the creative space is commanding, then we need to speak the language that the policymakers need to hear. We need to speak the language that whoever is responsible for budgeting needs to hear. And so when they hear these things, then clearly they will be able to allocate, some amount of budget to this particular sector to be able to engineer more activities. And these are the things that we need. So imagine if we didn't have the Independence Square, then what would happen? So when we are asking for venues, this is what we mean, because a particular venue alone with a huge brand like Shatta or any other brand can bring in the numbers, and we need to be able to keep these things going. We need more of these things happening. We need empowerment. We need, so the language we are speaking now, I'm extremely happy, because that's what the policymakers or decision makers out there need to hear, and hopefully we should be able to make a very strong case for the creative economy,
and even investors, as you said.
Exactly, yes. And also investors. See, if you take, for example, what happened to, we are talking about business impact. All right, so you can talk about what Shatta did in terms of that particular day. It gave us clear proof of following, proof of influence, and then the size of his following. All right, and in terms of his benefits, you have a direct benefit to him, and there are opportunities that are clearly seen or are available for any brand that is willing to partner. So brands can clearly see that if they should partner a particular artist, these are the numbers that they are going to have, in connection with the things they do.
You mean they should partner Shattawale?
Yes. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I'll be surprised if you hadn't said that. Yes. Because of the numbers is able to deliver. You understand? Now, for he himself, the brand, obviously, there are huge benefits, that comes to his way, because having given a clear proof of influence and the size of following, there are a lot of things that you can command. So I'm looking at a situation where, corporate Ghana will begin to take us seriously, because there's a lot of gold within our space, and our gold is the unmined gold, and we need to be able to, let people tap into it properly.
Thank you. Let me come to Baba Sadiq. I remember we had a conversation when I posted on Facebook that we needed to take data seriously in this industry. Then he told me it happens, like people have data on the event and all that, right? Is it that we don't get to know because they're not published?
Also because obviously for the people that actually curate the information, the research agencies, data is expensive. Gathering it is very expensive. And so it's basically on subscription. So people that have subscribed to it will be able to access the data and gain the insight and use it to their advantage. So brands are actually leveraging. And I told to you that today, when there's AI, when there's digital innovation, there can't be any excuse about the lack of data to enable industries anymore. It's there. So say, for instance, I've seen the work that has been done by Echo, for instance. Using
Echo, why always?
Yes, using
his brand estimated,
yes.
I think, digital...
Yes, his
value with all
of about 24 years. He's done that.
He's done that. I've seen that. Impressive.
Advertising value, equivalency, all of those things. There's a platform. There are different platforms, different tools where you can actually get the data, and those things can actually inform activity. So I was having a conversation with you on the back of the fact that today, unlike before where you say, there's no data on this industry, there's no data on this industry, that excuse can't be taken anymore. If there's a will, there's a commitment. You can always send data and use it to your advantage. And so that's what I said. So for brands, for the state, for individuals, the artists are sitting on, very heavy data. Beyond what has happened with Shattawale, for instance, from their streaming numbers, they have information. Beyond their streaming numbers, when they are paid directly from the streaming platforms, they have data. Every year, if they are to track back to show you their earnings from shows, from commercial tie-ins, you'll notice that their data, that can be accessed. I've seen somebody make a case about, I was having a conversation with someone the last time when he said that we're debating on whether a particular stadium show had actually filled the venue on. And I said, look, the easiest way you can actually gain to see if indeed all those numbers were paid is to check in with the GRE, for instance. GRE could be able to show you that, it's things are happening or things are not happening, because for every particularly paid shows or paid events, they take a particular commission. And that commission is supposed to be times, or it's supposed to be in relation to the actual number that are actually paid. So there are avenues, there are platforms, and there are tools that can aggregate these numbers or data to be able to inform positive actions for industry.
Would you suggest that maybe after every event, whether ticketed or non-ticketed, the event organizers will make some of these figures public?
Well, some of them would want to keep it because it gives them negotiation power. So I'm sure for Team Shattawale, for instance, and Team, MTN, if they're able to... Team Momo. Mm-hmm. If they're able to
you are very specific on that.
Of course, because it's Team Momo. It's two different. Of course, it's two different companies. Yeah. So he has to be, and so they would have data. They would have information.
Sure.
I'm sure. And MTN, Momo is not the only fintech platform in the country, for instance. So maybe they would want to closely guard the value of the transactions that have happened on the ground, for instance, and use the information that they have to their advantage. For Team Shattawale as well, beyond the numbers that have been put out, other numbers, they would want to use it to their advantage. What Echo has done, for instance, there are deeper or more extensive versions of it. That's not in the public domain, beyond the snapshot of what he has put out there to tell you that there were 24 million impressions and the advertising value equivalence was about $24 million. And for paying, what's it called, it impression, for instance, was just about $2 or anything like that.
Yeah.
These are facts that are fortunately for us, charitable enough to put it out there.
Yeah.
But the extensive ones, he probably want to keep it and use it to his advantage. For Team Shattafest, for all the teams that are working on it, they would want to use it during their negotiations, during their planning and all.
And Echo has published that particular article on MyJoyOnline.com. It's been published. $24 million in value, 306 million reach. The digital numbers of Shattafest. You can just go on MyJoyOnline.com and have a read on this particular one. Would you also agree with those who are saying maybe the creative art agency should take charge and be giving us some of these figures?
Well, in actual fact, it's inherent in their in their mandate. Yes, if you read the law, it's inherent in the mandate of the creative art agency. Yes,
okay,
to lead research and advocacy for industry. So I don't know what they are doing yet, but once it's inherent in their mandate, they are supposed to.
Okay, you don't know what they are doing, yeah?
I don't.
Okay,
am I supposed to know?
I'm just asking. Joy 99.7 FM, Showbiz A to Z. And you just heard Baba Sadiq. He is a politician, entrepreneur, innovator. Also here with us is Uncle Ken. We have Sammy Flex and Robert Clark. But let me tell you that if you're listening and you're not already at the Good Park, you are missing out big time. Please head straight to the place. Discover this fair running from it started yesterday to end tomorrow. We have small processing machines that can turn you into a millionaire. Juice extractor, sachet water maker, tissue paper processor, among others. And then the latest and most advanced electric cars for you and your family. We have cheap laptops starting from 2,000 cedis. Advanced oils for your engines and gearboxes from 77 oils. Come to the fair and place your order for your food processing machine to be built for you right here in Ghana, and then have the best of black soaps with shea butter, and then for cool men looking for lush beards, yeah. There is a natural product here for you. If you're not growing beard, you can just go and have these products. Get printing solutions of all sorts. Print on your diaries, pens, shirts, or get the latest African prints like kaftans. And then there is a lot of food there as well at the Good Park, cooked and uncooked. Yeah, rare paste for your soup. Also have a taste of the best kebabs in Ghana. And there is Legacy Crop Improvement Center at the Good Park. You can just get advanced varieties of crops. Corn that matures in 85 days with high yields, okra that matures in 45 days. Okay, so that's happening at the EcoBank Joy Business SME Fair, currently ongoing at the Good Park adjacent to the Accra Mall. Now, let's expand the conversation. Let's go to Rudy Kwache. Rudy is on Zoom now. Hello, Rudy. Hello, Mr. Kwache.
Hello, Kwame.
Mr. Kwache.
Hello, Kwame.
How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
We're doing well as well, and we're having a conversation that I know is so dear to your heart when it comes to figures, it comes to event security, among others. And we're doing this. The premise is actually the Shattawale birthday concerts, but we're expanding this to also learn lessons. One that we just spoke about is data collection. How crucial is it for an industry like ours to have data handy?
I think it's the new currency and the lifeblood of it, because how do you calculate value without an input? And the input comes from data. Kwame, just let me segue before. I just wanted to say thanks to, I've been following the conversation, and I am super excited that we are having the real crust of the conversation and not always what percolates at the top. Because at the heart of every value you want to calculate is what the input is, and the input is data. It's the count. There should be a certain figure, like the government GDP, performance of the city. It all comes down to a number. So when creative entrepreneurs get together, if we don't speak numbers and we always speak about size of influence, that's why we get left on the table when it comes down to, because at the end of the day, the intangibles need to be made tangible for an economic activity to take place. Because the intangible is always not something you can hold in place. You have to make it a certain number. And I'm glad that from what do you call it, Sammy to Robert to Uncle Ken and Sadiq and yourself, it's that we've centered the conversation really where it needs to be, and we can't even do it enough. It is important that we consistently. It's almost like radio. We've always used a measure of the size of an audience to say this station has X number of listeners, not this station has popularity that I can't really figure out or I can't bet on, or it is big, or that era is so far gone. Everything is measured. Even influence is measured in a number. If you go to influencer marketing now, it's not no more about your popularity. It's about conversion. So there's always been that need, and I'm super excited that that conversation has consistently stayed on track in the last 2 hours for what we've talked about. I think the the next step is to refine these numbers consistently as we go along, and also document these numbers, because it is critical that we have a historical to be able to compare and postulate what a future would look like. Because think about it this way: Ghana has X number of barrels, it's an estimate of X number of barrels of oil buried in our seas. That X number of barrels is taken against our capacity of how much oil we produce per day. Then they go to the oil market or the mercantile and they trade futures and say, Ghana will be able to give you 1 million barrels over this period. That 1 million barrels, you can take money today and go, and we will watch you produce. Is the same world that we are in. That estimate of the historical against what the performance is now, we can now use that to postulate the future, and we can turn that future and trade it as a tangible, a number, and then we can unlock what the investment. So from Springfield to Palo to whatnot, they all traded in futures. After they got the estimates correct, they went to the money guys and said, we could give you this amount. And the money guys are like, okay, we'll give you money to start now. And we're expecting that in 10 years. It's the same system that we are in, and we should never forget or walk away from that the numbers are important, not just for our egos. It is important for the business after the show. After the show.
Rudy, you mentioned that it is very important for us to document some of these figures. Who is supposed to do this? The event organizer?
Okay.
A body from government, or who?
Look, now this is where it gets interesting. Every single player on the table at Shattafest had it must document the number, because all of them in future are going to work on a number. Now I want to walk into fire service and for them to give me an estimate. I want the police service to give me an estimate. Apart from all the things that have been put together on the supply side, i.e. the event organizers, show and shutters people, there should be a demand side conversation on that. So it is a collective effort for us all, because our numbers are very different. So I like what Sadiq said. GRA is a place to start, because they will see the flows of things, right? But GRA is not the 100% the body that could give you a strong figure. A statistical service need to be able to be interested in this. Why? Because this is probably one of the biggest congregation of people that came to a certain place and all went back home. What happened? That process needs to be dissected. Now, from the managers or the owners of the Independence Square, there should be interest. From a Charter House perspective, producers, there is interest. from Shatter's own brand conversations, there's interest. So I don't. It is not who should do it. It is something that we all should be interested to do. Then a statistical player like your data analyst would have input all of these feed and estimate averages across board. Because here's the thing, I was this one, I was there, and Sammy was one of the first SM movement person I actually saw.
Oh,
I
okay.
saw him on, yeah, I saw him on stage. I was there myself, and I'll tell you something. Here's how incredible that this whole thing was. It took me 22 22 to no, I think my I didn't start my clock immediately, but I had walked
Mm-hmm.
I think 2 minutes before. It took me 26 minutes leaving backstage, Sammy, and walking to where I parked my car, which is at Access Bank, Stadium Side, Access Bank. That's that walk on a regular day, even though you need to do the winding one because the Freedom and Justice, the park has been, so you need to go left way into NDK or the right way past the stadium to go. But still, it took me more than 20 minutes to get to my car. And this was not just vehicular traffic, this was human traffic. And also did something. I actually walked stand to stand. When I got there, I went from one stand and it was just me doing my measure. I walked from one stand to the other stand. It took me 18 minutes of Charlie, balance here, make our pass, balance here, make our pass, because I was trying to go to front of house to get to the other stand. Then I left there and actually came back and meandered my way through to VIP and then went out and came to. It was just we do these estimates, these walking just to give me a sense of it, right? That's how thick the entire space was. That's an incredible number that needed not just documentation, but we need to break it down and work backwards on that. Now, let me give a bit of context to the size of space, right? You know, the Independence Square is a million square feet. The entire Independence Square end to end. On a thick, what you call it, concert like this, you would have estimated that 2.5 square feet per person is what people would occupy. That would have placed it over 422,000 if the entire space was used. Now, there's an estimate we need to cut out. The staging, the backstage, whatnots would remove a certain number out of it. You have to deduct all of that. You also need to do the concessions, the spaces for the food and the food, the stands and all of that. FOH, all of that would take away from the capacity of it, right? But it also tells you how many people crammed, quote unquote, into the place. Now, I've seen crowds in multiple spaces, right, on 3 different continents. And the first time I felt claustrophobic of a crowd was actually this event. Like I was now eager to, Charlie, I need to go. I need to get out of here.
Ube Juani.
Me, Sammy me Juani, yeah, because Charlie Kapad no day. I look at the thing and and when I was out of the thick, I was having conversations because then the whole thing has stalled, the sound has gone down. We're trying to just make sure that things are calmed down and everything. I was observing all of that from afar. It was an incredible show of what capacity we have, the bodies, raw bodies that were in the place, that's like raw warm bodies that were in place, and what the potential to turn this around. Because I'm standing there, I'm thinking, if I made one CD from every single attendee from some type of economic activity I undertook, if I use the base estimates of it, I probably would have walked away with 250,000 CDs.
Chalet.
That's just the raw. Like let's not even use the upper percentile of estimate. I'm just putting it at 250K.
Yeah.
And I made one CD. One CD, not 2, not 3, not 5, not 10. One CD doesn't buy nothing. In fact, you don't, these days, you watch yourself when you are giving one CD as arms. You are like, okay, I need to top it up. So let's just multiply that to 5 as an economic takeout. So I've seen and heard like all the numbers and all the methods in it, and just per square feet, it was an incredible thing. And now here's the other part, though. Here's why everybody needs to be interested. Because when I was leaving, I called the man responsible for all of this, not Shatta, the other man who had the crazy thoughts that this thing need to be happening. I was like, I'm praying that nothing happens and we all get to go home. Because you're not about to mess up the December for us. There should be nothing. And it's like, bro, hold your prayers and let it go. And that was all the prayers I said when I was driving home. Like, this thing needs to be just dispersed. This thing needs to be cool. This thing needs to be calm, and everybody gets to go home. And it would be beautiful because, Kwame, if anything had gone left, it will be 6 months of impact on just reeling on us. And anything, even if a slight casualty, would have been in the thousands.
I tell you.
Like May 9th will suddenly shrink. So like it's shrunk already because of time, but it would literally be knocked off this perch. This will be it. And that's why it is not just a single person's responsibility to be, because emergency services, queuing systems, directions, how do we create the lanes? How would we get people out? Like those are the things when I was leaving, those were the things I just calculating in my head. Like, how would this happen? Like, how are we going to manage this? You know, and that's a real, and this is like, let's not be in it. I'm not speaking, this is in the past.
Yeah.
Right? But this is why insurance exists. Nobody sits in their car in the morning knowing and thinking that they're going to be involved in an accident. But why do we all, apart from it being law, now it is with all of us to buy insurance?
Rudy, I'll come back to you specifically on this insurance bit, because I remember we did a roundtable discussion where we were educated that events can be insured. So we'll come back to that. But your submission takes me to Dr. Victor Duque, who is security analyst, researcher, and lecturer at the KAIPTC. Let's speak to him and find out some more from him. Good evening. Okay, it appears we lost him there, but we will try to establish contact with Dr. Victor Duque. He is security analyst. But Rudy, please be on the line for me. Let me come in here again and let's talk about security issues. Yeah. He's on, all right. So let's speak to Doc now. Doc, good evening.
Yeah, hello. How are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time this evening on Showbiz A to Z.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So we're having a conversation on events, creative events, or even public events in general, on the back of an event that happened 2 weeks ago, Shatta Wale's birthday concert that drew a lot of people, hundreds of thousands of people, about 400,000, 600,000 people to the Black Star Square. And it brings to the fore questions about our safety and our security as patrons of events, especially as we go into a very a festive season, December in GH. Now, let me ask you in the first place, if you're an event organizer and you want to put together an event that can draw or bring together about 400,000 people, what should be the first thing that you should do?
One, of course, you're looking at security topmost, because then if anything untoward happens, then the event is eventually mad. And so on the security front, one, what any organizer should do, apart from contacting other stakeholders with regards to the program, is to write to the police, the Ghana Police Service, about the said events, the date, the time, the venue, and then you look at the estimation of the number of people who are coming. Now, with that information, then the police will now go ahead and then plan. In the planning, they will have to consider the risk assessment. And in doing the risk assessment, they will assess the size, location of the said event, the nature, who are those who are expected to come. They look also into who the artist itself or the personality itself is, and then if there has been a history of violent, activities of any event that a set personality has held before, that adds up to their, planning for that particular event. Now they also check the risk level of the crowd. Okay, for example, is there a possibility of protest? Is there a possibility of crime? Is there a possibility of robbery going in there? They look at all these kind of things, and then out of that, they develop an operational plan, which would include one, looking at the personnel that they would deploy on the set day, the equipment needed, whether they have to have, first responding equipment for emergency in case some criminal elements, blend in the crowd and foment trouble. Of course, so then they will have their batons, they will have their handcuffs, they will have their pepper sprays, and even the Black Maria will be on standby to pick up anybody who foments trouble. And then out of that operational plan will include an emergency response plan, which will look at, an assembly area for treatment of medical emergencies. If there's a stampede, those who are hurt, they will be taken there, and any other related emergencies, evacuation in terms of any explosion or whatnot. Then, subsequently, after this plan is drawn, the message is relayed to the organizers. They have a stakeholder engagement. Okay, they then engage with the organizers and then give them the layout procedures of what is supposed to happen, and then also per the legal boundaries. You don't expect that the law will not also come in here. Anybody that foments trouble, the law will be applied. So all these are related to the planning. The stakeholders are engaged. Now, when you come to the D-Day itself, what will happen is, if there's going to be a three-pronged security phase, stage 1, outer perimeter, stage 2, inner, and then stage 3, the core, then you are looking at barricading and what they call zoning. So the use of barricades come in from phase 1, 2, and 3. There are barricades on all those levels to check those who are coming in, screen them. Okay, anybody that has any offensive weapon, it will be taken away. They go through the screening. Those who have illegal arms in possession of knives, if you're carrying a bag or whatever. So those machines, the handheld machine for scanning, the scanners will be deployed when necessary. If there's a need to bring in the metallic scanners, the big ones, that will also be deployed to scan those entering. Now, there will be checkpoints also intermittently to check those who are coming in. If you have a vehicle in your section to be at a VIP section, you're going in there, you have to be searched so you don't conceal any weapon or anything offensive for any untoward, event. Now, then you can be rest assured that all these has to be in relation to respecting the human rights acts with regards to how the police or security agency would protect. So in the event where anybody violates anyone's human rights, then an arrest is effected, and then the detention protocols are laid out. So they arrest a person, a lawful arrest, of course, and then they proceed to detain the person and then prosecute the person if need be. So this is with regards to what the security measures are supposed to be played out in any event, and it's mostly also used in demonstrations and whatnot. So ideally, we event organizers should carry the police along. It's not a matter of you having an event and then expecting them to come because it's their duty. You have to carry them along every step of the way. If there are changes with regards to venue, you have to let them know because they would now do the risk assessment as I have explained and then ascertain whether it is viable for you to hold the event on that particular day. So then they will deploy, their visibility will be very evident for you to see. They'll be all around. And then you're rest assured it's not only the security operatives in the uniforms, there are plainclothes uniformed personnel who also blend in, the CIDs, the intelligence officers who also blend in and act as what attendees, just to look out for those who want to foment trouble and then pick them out.
Doug.
And then,
Doug, what is the ideal ratio of patron to security personnel for for an outdoor event? What is the ideal ratio of patron to security personnel for an outdoor event?
For an outdoor event, I'm not sure if there's a standard ratio, but for an outdoor event where you can expect that anything can happen, the ratio of the police to the patrons will be high. It will be high because you factor in contingency planning, you factor in risks, you factor in eventuality of anything because you're talking about if it is an artist, as I said, the history of that particular artist will be considered. So if need be that they increase the personnel, so you are expecting a crowd of 100,000 people, then you rest assured. Now you don't expect the security agency to deploy 100,000 policemen. That is not viable because you are also looking at other sectors that would need their presence. In as much as your event is very important, you cannot leave vacuum in the country. You cannot leave vacuum in an area. So you don't expect that. If you're expecting 100,000 people, the same figure should be in reference to the security services.
All right.
You have a substantive number which will be represented.
All right. Before you go, any advice for patrons of events as we get into a festive season? What advice do you have for patrons themselves? Because I think your safety lies in your hands in the first place, apart from the fact that you need security to also protect you. What advice do you have for patrons who will be getting ready for events this Yuletide?
One, know the area you are going to. Okay? If it is outside Accra, know your terrain. You have to consider a lot. You have to consider the kind of transportation you're going through. If you're going by public transport, who is the driver? If it is a private public transport, who is the driver? A group of friends who are there, you trust the person, you assess your routes, you do all your calculations before, so in the event where another route is taken, then you are sure, okay, are you safe or not? Now, you have to be able to identify emergency points. By that I mean, if you are traveling, or even in inland, in Accra here, where is the nearest police station you can run to in the case of any problem? Who can you go to? That is very essential. If you get to the venue itself, you can familiarize yourself with the police people there. So in the event of anything, whether you see something untoward, you can report to them, and then you can also go to them for any assistance. Now you have to be very conscious of yourself. Awareness, self-awareness is very critical for us going into December, because then that is when the criminal elements also try to operate, because the perception is people tend to, lose guard a little bit. Be aware of your situation. Keep your valuables close to you. If you're a woman, you're going out, In the night, I advise as much as possible you wear a trousers. In the case where a sharp object cuts you, it will be difficult to penetrate your skin. Learn a little bit of self-defense when it comes to the act of protecting yourself.
Wow,
Learn
self-defense.
Self-defense. Exactly. Basic self-defense, because then you need it. In the event you are a pair walking and then some group of people are coming towards you, be able to what? Be proactive and then act quickly. If you sense danger, you run for shelter. The reason why I say self-defense is because now you tend to think that most of the activities with regards to crime that happen are just happening because they happen because the people, the suspects themselves know that the victims do not know how to protect themselves, so it makes it easy for them. But when a suspect knows that you, the victim, can defend yourself, then it pushes them a little bit backwards. So know how to defend yourself. I won't advise you or anyone to carry any weapon, because then if you use a weapon and then it hurts someone, you will be arrested.
Or pepper spray.
No, you have to. Even pepper spray, I won't advise, because pepper spray is a weapon. Yeah, it's an illegal weapon in the hands of an ordinary citizen. Only the police or the security agencies can carry a pepper spray. But if an ordinary citizen is found with a pepper spray, the person can be arrested because it's an offensive weapon. So if you say I can carry pepper spray, then what about those who are carrying machetes, baseball bats in their cars? It is all for the purpose for which you are carrying offensive weapons. If you are carrying a baseball bat at a certain time, then you are suspected to be, going to use it for an activity. You can be arrested. That's why I haven't even mentioned pepper spray or anything like that.
Yeah.
But just rest assured, you can use your belt to defend yourself. You can use your bag to defend yourself. And that is why I said people should be able to learn about self-defense.
Thank you very much, Dr. Victor Doke, who is a security analyst, researcher, and lecturer at the KAIPTC. Thank you so much for your time with us on Showbiz A to Z today. Thank you. All right. It's John 99.7 FM. We've been having a discussion on events, safety, commercial impact. We've been talking about partnership between companies and event organizers. And this is on the background of Shattafest 2025, which was held 2 weeks ago. Another event which is being held as we speak now is the EcoBank Joy Business SME Fair. It's happening at the Good Park. And so you need to go there right now and discover all the good things happening there. Small processing machines that can turn you into a millionaire, as in juice extractor, sachet water maker, tissue paper processor, the latest and most advanced electric cars for you and your family, cheap laptops starting from 2,000 Ghana cedis. That's so cheap, eh? Advanced oils for your engines and gearboxes from 77 lubricants. So come to the fair or go to the fair right now and place your order for your food processing machine to be built for you right here in Ghana. The best black soaps with shea butter also are available at the park. The fair right now, Good Park, adjacent to Cramore. For cool men looking for lush beards, you want beautiful beards, there is a natural product here for you. So for all those who can't grow beards, we got a secret for you. Get printing solutions of all sorts, printing on your diaries, pens, shirts, or get the latest African prints, kaftans. There is a lot of food here, at the Good Park, cooked and uncooked, rare paste for your soup, and also have a taste of the best kebabs in Ghana. There's also Legacy Crop Improvement Center there, so you can get advanced variety of crops. Corn that matures in 85 days with high yields, okra that matures in 45 days, and then get local rice for Christmas. Brunya bu, brunya ba. Go there right now and get your local rice. There is a tasty, authentic local rice at the fair. You don't want to miss out. 099.7, my people are still here. Uncle Ken is here. Sammy Flex. He's the head of PR Media Relations. Robert Clark, Chatterhouse's head of public events and communication. And then Baba Sadiq, politician, entrepreneur, innovator. All right, so my people, we've listened to Rudy. Rudy is still with us online on Zoom and listening to the security expert. Uncle Ken, after listening to all these people, what do you make of the submissions regarding where Rudy's point of view, where he stands as a creative entrepreneur, event executive, and then Dr. Doke's also submission on safety and security?
Yeah, I've already said. I was just telling Sammy.
Okay.
During the interval that before he came, I was very apprehensive of the numbers, and was praying there was no stampede at the event, and luckily there wasn't anything like that. So it's very difficult, policing a free event that even the organizers estimated at a lower figure, but later turned out to be something unimaginable. How do you legislate for that? So I think that in the circumstances the police did well. And
very well.
Yes, very well.
Very well.
And they should be commended.
Yeah.
And I think that the fans should also be commended, because in spite of everything, they did not get too, agitated,
overly excited.
Overly excited,
to
cause massive problems at the place. I am very happy that we have not heard of any casualties as we speak today, and that should go a long way to say something for how the event went on. I'm happy about that when it comes to that. I also realized that I like the idea of the fan appreciation by Shatawali. The appreciation to his fans for their loyalty has always been the main factor of Shatta's career. He's always going on about his fans.
That's true.
And there was a very strong sense of belonging, among the Shatta movement fans. The platform for young artists to perform at that event is also something we should bring up, because they got introduced to an audience, a very massive audience.
A live audience, an online audience as well.
Online audience as well, So I think that also goes to help the industry. Then I understand that there was some conflict resolution aspect of the event, where Shatta used the stage as a platform to promote peace, including playing
the
peacemaker
big Jiggy and
between
Pella situation, right?
Nigerian influencers and our own. I think if he actually did that, I didn't see that aspect of it. I must have drifted.
Two Nigerian influencers.
Okay.
Pella and Big Jiggy.
Okay.
But the Big Jiggy, I don't want to mention his name again. He doesn't respect.
He doesn't what?
He doesn't respect.
Kwame Dadzie.
Later on, he was doing some things against our superstar.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Something that caught my attention.
Yes.
Was that the event was supposed to be an event that was going to be an inspiration for the youth.
Yes.
Okay. Now, it was to demonstrate that impossible can turn possible with the man, and that you could turn something into a possibility through discipline and hard work.
Amen.
Sammy say amen.
Sammy say amen.
Yes.
Hard work, I agree. Discipline, I have a question mark.
Hey.
Along the line.
Uncle Ken. Kwame, anytime Uncle Ken comes here, you have to invite me. Anytime Uncle Ken will come here, please let me be here as well, so that we can sort it out.
I expected Sammy to just accept what I am saying and say, Uncle Ken, we're working on that. Because it looks like there has been a transformation.
It has always been like this. I think we can also
there has
say
been
that.
A transformation
No.
from indiscipline to discipline. Albeit it's a bit slow, but there has been. You wouldn't agree?
Oh, I also see a transformation of some of the media people now acting right and saying the right things about the brand Shatawale, which is what you are seeing now. Because in the past, we all saw and heard what some media people were saying on radio and TV.
Who was misunderstood? As for you, Sadiq, you are now an ex-official member of the
but now, Uncle, it is beautiful. Now, after the Shattafest, listen to the reviews.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So when you say it like this, definitely you get the same energy. But imagine someone had said it the other way. Then we would also come the other way.
Yes, but I'm
then
not saying...
The Uncle Ken will say it is indiscipline. Meanwhile, someone started...
But again, I have a question, and I've always asked our media guys. We always like to criticize, right? And take on people. And when they respond to us, we don't like it.
Then we say
sometimes
they don't
when
respect.
they question to us,
then we say they don't respect. Baba.
And often when you look at it, often than not, I mean, there's been instances where he himself has started it. But often you realize that he's just responding or reacting.
Fact.
So
and they say beef has no formula, right?
Never.
So you go at him because you're looking for the ratings, you're looking for his attention. He comes back at you,
and you
say that the formula he came back at you on is not right.
No.
But you came up at him.
No.
Okay. I understand.
Yeah,
but
Ken.
Just to end my submission.
Okay, can you go to the next point?
I have a question.
Okay, please. Yeah, question.
The massive turnout that we had, which a lot of people have been highlighting. My question is, how can that volume of people who follow Shatawale be channeled into something for national growth and, what's the word I'm looking for? Development.
National
Thank
interest,
you. How can? Because, I mean, the numbers we are mentioning, insane. And all these people follow this artist. And I'm saying, apart from them just standing up to hail their artist, what else can they be used for national development?
Who's taking this one? Who's answering? Is it Sammy or
let Baba answer?
Okay.
Baba, I want Baba to answer.
Yes,
firstly, I mean, the numbers, even turning up for them was enough. By turning up, the transactional value that had happened for the brands and the micro traders that were there, this is money that's circulating. Converging audiences it's very difficult. So for Momo to put in the initial investment, that investment they put in because of the possibility of they turning up enough. These are funds that circulate in your local economy. These are funds, money that they've put in. And the information I had, for instance, is that they've been spending almost about 30 million cedis on their Momo Festing, dividing across various different agencies. I don't know specifically how much they spent on the Shattafest, for instance, but that numbers that were there, the transactions that happened, your data guy was making a projection by saying that even if per head the average spend at the event was 50 cedis, this is revenue, or this is transactional power or transactional value that will go into other areas. Beyond that, just because they were going to turn up, right, and there's been an initial investment that has gone into it. It's impacted transport. It's impacted what do you call it?
Accommodation.
Logistics. It's Intratech, even media, and all these funds goes a long way to continue to keep people in business and keep employment.
Baba.
And that's national.
All right.
Baba, I'm not against the economic benefits, though. Right. As for that, it is glaring. What you've just enumerated, it's glaring. I'm saying that with the mass of people that turned up there, that Shattawale has, what cause can Shatta use these people to champion?
You want him to embark on a campaign of a sort?
Yes, social impact.
Okay.
That's another layer. Of it that Shatta can consider.
No,
but mobilizing them, and doing it, of course, as a talent and giving the sort of support he's always had from the market. I think that it will be good for him to have a particular social impact project that he's pursuing. But I saw what he did with the Bus Stop Boys. I saw what he's been doing with the Bus Stop Boys, for instance, encouraging them, giving them the necessary support, jumping on all their things and stuff like that, and then using them as a way to, I've seen a comment which I thought was also a good one. Somebody was saying that perhaps maybe beyond day cleaning up, maybe there should have been a message or advocating on plastics or anything like that. That's also commendable. These are all part of the things that I think that in future Team Shattawale should consider. For instance,
Ayi Solomon is a tourism guy. Dr. Niayi Solomon, he wrote on Facebook after the concert that maybe government should consider using Shattawale as an ambassador to champion the use of red.
Yeah, he can do that. Even beyond that.
Yeah.
But there's another part that we may not have noticed, right? December in Ghana is coming.
Yes.
And it looks like the Shattafest has just set the tone.
Oh yeah, it did.
To drive attention to our December.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is that all of what was happening, the transactions, bringing them together, the impact to the value chain and all of that has connections to development. Because obviously some of the companies, I don't know about everybody, but some of the companies will pay the adequate taxes. Some of the company will provide employment and keep people at post. All of that is linked to national development. Employment is linked to national development.
Awesome.
Taxes are linked to national development. So yes, everything we say to him to do as added benefit for this is good. But I've noticed him do a number of things that are social impact driven.
Yeah.
He can double up on that, but for what they've been able to do on that particular day, of course, it may not be enough. But for me, I think that they've really done well and they need their flowers for
Awesome.
them.
I'll go to Rudy in a moment, but let me come to you, Robert Clark. We are doing our last submission for today. So please rope in the question I asked early on. I didn't ask on the radio. The role of the Creative Arts Agency in making sure that we have proper data, particularly for events as well. I would want you to address that for me. Rope in Dr. Doka's submission on security and your message for event organizers for December in GH. Let me give you 3 minutes, is fair, right? Or 4?
Okay. I'm not sure I'm going to speak for long. But I think that we are at such a time that the Creative Arts Agency needs to be extremely happy.
Yeah.
Why? Because a lot of the things that they are supposed to do is premised on data, is premised on research, and it's more or less like we have one activity that has led us to go into this particular space to discuss it heavily. You understand? Because the program is on the lips of everybody, and we're discussing what has happened in terms of the contribution, social media impact, quite a number of things. So basically, they being responsible for engineering economic growth and development within the creative space to serve as the engine for more trade and transaction within the value chain. I think it is time for them to be able to come into the space and try and take this particular data and work with creative enterprises to be able to extract more of these things, to be able to make a stronger case, to government to be able to get the necessary allocation for the right investment within our space. And sometimes it's not just about government. If you have the data, it is possible to get investors because there are people looking for opportunities within the space where to put the monies. And once we can establish clearly our contribution to GDP, the number of people being employed in the space, where preparation for international exports in terms of what we do, how we are impacting the social fiber, etc. It's good grounds to be able to make a very strong case, and that's exactly what we're looking for. And since out of the agencies, this seemed to be the newest of all the agencies. I mean, I think they have a lot more to go and a lot more to do. So on that note, I'm also asking that the authorities and the powers that be, they should resource them and give them what it takes so that they can do this work, because this speaks directly to the creatives and the creative enterprises. Yes, we understand that the tourism agency and all of these others are there, but this speaks to the creatives directly, and so it would be nice if they are resourced heavily so they can do what they are supposed to do. With respect to security, I think that that side is an area we need to delve a little bit more into. I've been part of various events. I've seen a few events from the Rapperholics in Kumasi and stuff like that. Came back, the programs we did, and I think there are a few things that we need to be able to touch on. One of my trips to the UK, I participated in a program, City Splash. 35,000 people attended. I literally took my time to monitor things with respect to security and how it's handled. And by security, I don't just mean the human power at work. I'm talking about ticketing, going down to barricading, going down to how people come in, time for closure, when they close, what they do in terms of how people are supposed to exit, their planning, in terms of when they finish.
Was that in an auditorium?
No, this was an outdoor event. Yes, I went to several events, but I'm describing the outdoor event, and you could see the level of security. How, in fact, there are some of the things about security that's even written on their tickets. Yeah, so there is direct correlation. It was a ticketed event by 35,000 folks. Exactly.
The numbers.
Yeah, so quite a number of things in there. So one of the conversations we've had thereafter is that we need to have that conversation with the security folks, especially because of December and GH, just so that we can up our game in certain areas, because sometimes they are doing well, but it could be better. So hopefully we're looking forward to that kind of conversation. I think the very last time we had a conversation with the IGP prior to December and GH activities. Yes, it would be nice to have that same thing again, just so that all parties involved are aligned, just so that security can be heightened, because it is one of the key things that supports tourism, and without it, everything in December and GH wouldn't work. There was the last thing you wanted me to talk about.
Your word for event organizers getting into December and GH.
It's cocoa season. Nobody should touch our cocoa, please. Let's get into the space and actually harvest.
Okay, I'll come to you, Sammy Flex, Baba Sadiq, and Uncle Ken, but let me go to Rudy now. Rudy. Hello? Mr. Kwaji? All right. Then let me come here. Let me talk to you, Baba Sadiq. Baba, your final words as we get into December in GH. This is cocoa season, as Robert rightly said. What word do you have for patrons of event organizers as we get into the festive season?
Well, I mean, a lot has been said, and I'm praying that all of us, all the people that are involved in December, should take a lot of the nuggets that are shared relative to security, site management, and ticketing. Would also continue to encourage corporate Ghana to sponsor and partner all the people creating value, because yes, they are creating value in December. I think that the state had flown an overarching campaign, and so they're doing their part in terms of highlighting December and creating the conducive environment for the activities to happen. The rest is just to encourage corporate Ghana to support as much as they can. There's enough proof to show that partnerships in the sector will create value for them, and then for talent, for event attendants or audiences. This year, we know things may not be probably too rosy for you, but please pay up. Please pay up. It's one of the things that a lot of events people have been crying about, where a lot more people are reaching out for free or complimentary tickets, But just know that when you pay to attend that particular concert, you are not only going to have fun or enjoy yourself, but you're also enabling development and creating jobs for people that are in the space.
Thank you, Uncle Ken. Yeah, it's your turn, please. It's your turn,
Not
please.
to desert this industry.
I'm not deserted.
From the way
Baba
things
Sadi.
are going,
I'm not deserted.
He's a goner.
I'm not gone. I'm not gone. The things are there.
okay.
I'm not gone.
Okay, let me quickly talk to Rudy so I come back to you, sir. Okay, Rudy. Rudy. Hello. Oh. Hello. I can't hear him. All right, Uncle Ken, please.
Yes, Baba Sadiq, I reiterate.
Yeah, Kwame.
Don't desert this industry.
Okay.
Kwame.
Okay, Rudy is back. Rudy.
Yes, Kwame.
Okay, so before we go, we're getting into December in GH, and during this period, everybody is busy. Robert says our cocoa season. What word do you have for event organizers, patrons, and everybody, every actor in the value chain? Rudy. Oh, all right. Uncle Ken, I think this one, yeah, you need to just take over from him.
To make that
Yes.
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. I was saying that a quick house cleaning before we go to what I hear this is December is Ghana, not December in Ghana anymore.
Oh, wait, so it's not December in GH.
It's December is Ghana.
December is Ghana.
I think that's the campaign line because from the launch that was done, that's what I read. December is Ghana because now we have to stick a claim across board.
Okay.
A lot of people it's no more it's bigger. If in all Africa, December is Ghana.
Rudy, is this not rather a replacement for Dirty December?
No. Almost all the things are coexisting. Dirty December is like the street slang that you can never walk away with.
Do we still use it? Do we still use Dirty December in Ghana?
I mean, Dirty December is Dirty December. You can't change it.
But December in GH has been changed to December is GH.
I don't think it's changed. A new campaign is December is Ghana.
It's a campaign.
I think so because from the
but the brand name remained December in GH because the launch had it clearly written.
I heard December is Ghana, all around it. Also, Kwame. Let me go in on the house.
Okay, first. Please.
I think you need to talk to the relevant people.
Okay, I'll talk to them.
When the security expert was speaking,
security.
There are a few things that we wanted us to take cognizance of, and this is critical. And I'll just suppose that on May 9th, event security, crowd management is a total different monster from regular security. And especially think about it this way. When you congregate a number of people in a particular square mile with limited exits or not, what you create is what you see when you put ants in a certain place and you drop something foreign out of it. It changes. So the format and management of that security, I always want us to take cognizance. It's not regular peacekeeping lines or people are demonstrating on the road with multiple exits. It's a different thing. You are literally cornering people in a certain space. You have limited amount of exits and something happens. It's a whole different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
And that's why the propensity for people to die or the number of injuries are always high. And one of the things that our public services could really, really help us on is just facilitating an engagement in understanding the process of it and also the psychology of people when they are cornered or clustered into a certain space. It changes everything. When you're walking on the road with multiple spaces for you to go, it's different. When you're concentrated in a certain place with a limited number of exits or places you can access to get out of that place, your psychology is different. The flight or fight is much more heightened. So, and those are things that I would send us back 20-something years to May 9th.
Yeah.
Yes, people are concentrated, but that's not how you shoot tear gas into it. And there's a certain psychology to that. And I'll come back to even Shattafest that I clap and doff my hat for Ghanaians. And this was actually a point that was made to me in 2022 by a foreigner that came to Afro Nation when the showstop was called. How calmly organized that everybody milled out of the place without anything happening, because he's from the Caribbean. It's like, you dare not. There would have been riots and something would have gotten. And again, we proved it with this event. Everybody went to the square. I was feeling claustrophobic, but everybody took their time and was patient enough to get out there and make it home. And that's one of the things that I want us to keep in this December coming. That thing should always be, and it's something we should even feel proud as Ghanaians for. It's a thing with that, and I can't celebrate that part enough. I don't take it for granted at all. I can't celebrate that one enough. Now back to the substantive conversation about what to expect. Look, it's our biggest season in terms of numbers. Last year, 126,000, over 126,000 people flew into the country. There's a projected 5 to 10% growth out of that, which means and this is also our biggest travel season. We're going to be hit with a lot of people inside, our journalists, travel writers, bloggers, people that really take the story of Ghana and send it to what I call the $1 billion free PR we get that we don't pay $1 for globally. It is important and imperative that we think about those things when we are putting our systems in place. And it's probably about time that the CAA and allied agencies actually sit down and put a system and a framework in place to help us manage and regulate some of these things. There should be, yes, it's not writing to AMA to get permits. It doesn't end there. Security permits, a checklist of things that you need to, how many people are coming, crowd control, barriers. At a certain point, where do you call an exit? Where do you call a stop? Where you don't call a stop?
Yeah.
These things need to be, it's like a constitution. We can't run the country without a constitution. Therefore, the industry cannot run without this constitution.
All right.
And it's probably about time that this comes to life for all of us, because we're only going to grow if we have a framework that allows for that growth to happen. Look at every single industry that is happening. One chamber of our producers and distributors. Everyone get chamber. Where's the chamber of creative industry?
Rudy,
I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there. Thank you very much.
We will mull over this. Thank you so much, Rudy Kwache, the event and media executive. Now, let me come to you, Uncle Ken. Yes.
To end with a question.
Yes, please.
To Sammy Flex.
Yes, please. He'll answer. Don't worry.
Sammy, Oshadabai. Sammy.
Yeah, Uncle.
I understand that Street Crown has been submitted for Grammy consideration.
Yes, true.
Now,
and it has been considered.
And it has.
Yes.
Been considered.
Yes. So waiting
nomination.
Announcement of the nominations.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
So you are hopeful.
Very hopeful.
Just a quick question. What role is Rocky Downey playing in this? I see. When I look, it looks like he's chaperoning. What I see is that he's chaperoning Shatta into the Grammy space. Is that the case?
Maybe not official, but because he is an academy member, definitely he also has the power to say, I am doing this for Shatta.
Oh, but that's impressive.
Exactly.
I mean,
because I think I saw. Do we even have to say? Yeah, he's supporting. Yeah,
I noticed that. I noticed he looks like he's supporting.
I heard you somewhere before the event saying that you were going to buy a V8 for Shatta movement.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Yes, I've ordered for it. Yes.
So nice.
Yeah. I'm sure going to give it to him.
So who will you give it to?
I'm giving it to. I'm buying it. I'm buying it for the movement.
For the movement.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Now.
As part of the luxurious cars as well.
Uncle K.
But I mean, if Rocky is looking to, if Rocky is actually doing that, that's very.
Oh yeah.
I'm really happy, and I think that he should be commended for that.
Nice.
We're waiting for, is it 7th or 8th November? 7th November.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We're waiting for some good news.
Yeah.
So I mean, before
boss.
you drop your final words,
Yeah.
how do you see your new role as PR media manager compared to like Bosu manager in the past?
In fact, personally, I don't see so much change like that. Yes, I don't see so much.
Is it just change of name?
Not change of name, but what I can say is that, when I started, there were some KPIs that I was supposed to do to the brand, and I'm sure that in about 2-3 years, we all saw that something is looking good, it's smelling good, so why not? Then let's spread it so that other people can also take different roles for us to grow bigger.
Because while you were doing the managerial thing, you were also doing PR.
Exactly. And it was tough, but we had to do it because now I have to take it up so other people can also take the other things as well.
So you are now more focused on PR and media.
More.
Would you say that's a reason the PR now looks vibrant, looks so tasty? Everywhere you go, like Shatta, positive news. It is in your eyes. It is in your eyes. Is it a reason?
You are praising your boss.
Oh.
Image transformation.
Salary.
I still want to believe it is the general work of the entire team, including Shatta himself.
PR4.
No. Including Shatta himself, because if he is not willing to make it happen like that, you alone, you cannot do it. At the end of the day, the discussion is always about him. So imagine you go and you say A and he does B. What will you do? But he has also decided to also take a different position in this whole music thing, and I want to believe that is why we are seeing.
So how would you assess your recent, PR media manager role, your performance within this short period?
Excellent. So far, so very good. Yes, and we are happy with the results we are seeing out there.
Okay. Now your final words. Now your final words. That was the question I wanted to ask. now your final words.
Kwame, let me use this opportunity to say thank you to Shattawale for being that leader. And there is something that we've not said. Maybe me and Robert, we are aware. Do you know at a point, almost every team member did not want Shattawale to come to the Independence Square. Yes. When there was that hold up and we saw people were passing out, we were all scared. In fact, we placed a call to him that, bro, don't move. Because even in your absence, we are struggling. People are passing out and all. Then he told us that, take your time. When I come there, the place will be calm. In fact, we were shocked. So when he came, we were still in the hold up. No sound, everywhere was dark. But for some reasons, the moment Shatta appeared and people saw that, there was the siren and Shatta had come, the place started becoming calm.
Wow.
That was where we started looking for the monitors, and people thought, they were stolen. No, they were not stolen. The guys, the technical guys, gathered them somewhere because of the rush. Then we said, okay, now it looks like calm has been restored. Thanks to the fire service personnel, they also sprinkled some water on the people, so they were cool. Now, show could continue. So once again, big ups to Shatta for being that leader and for being that guy.
All right.
He made it possible, Charlie.
Thank you so much, Sammy Flex, to you, Uncle Ken, Robert Clark, Baba Sadiq, Rudy Kwachi, Dr. Docker, to you, Isaac Kofie J, and everybody who listening.
I think there's one thing that we all should have given us opportunity to do. Commend
please.
MTN Momo.
Very important.
For coming back.
Yes, please.
Momo from MTN.
From MTN.
That's what it's called.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Thank you so much. Okay.
Momo the industry.
All right. So a big thank you to everybody who helped make this particular show a success. Yeah, all right. So we'll be taking you straight to the Good Park, where the EcoBank Joy Business SME Fair is ongoing now. We're taking you straight to the place. My name is Kwame Dadzie.